Sri Krishna Paramatma slowly releases the readers of Bhagavad Gita from the bodily attachments and the samskaras. Simply preaching give up the attachment will not suffice for us to practically experience the state of freedom. Sri Krishna Paramatma beautifully explains why we should give up the attachment and how we can do so. And he explains what is real, what is seemingly real but unreal, and what is seemingly unreal but perceived as real, and so on.
These thoughts come. You start to see the attachments. Point your mind to dip your face into pure seeing. It's not difficult. What is experienced to be difficult is to be willing to let go of your attachments, because they will show up. They are there anyway. It's not that they go on holiday. They are there. Painful only if you're clutching, only if you doubt. And the whole of existence, life itself, is supporting your discovery of who you are.
When we read any book, it usually shifts the perception and understanding of the readers regarding that topic of the book. But Bhagavad Gita completely shifts our point of awareness about the reality and liberates the readers from all samskaras, ahankaras and prarabdha. Reading Bhagavad Gita once is equal to reading a million self-help books repeatedly. Okay, let's get into today's chapter. As a reply to Arjuna's stubbornness to give up this war, Sri Krishna Paramatma continues saying that any human body changes its state from childhood to youth and from youth to old age and so on. Similarly, the soul changes its state from this body to a different body. What difference that we could perceive as a wise man here? When a human slowly transforms from childhood to adulthood and from adulthood to old age, he doesn't grieve about the loss of the previous stage of his body, as a new stage is born with the death of the old stage. Scientifically speaking, a body doesn't just transform from childhood to adulthood. In fact, we are inhaling 10 to the power of 10 million molecules in and out with our every breath. So, in a sense, death and rebirth is happening to this body every moment. Also, another interesting factor is that a human going through all these stages doesn't perceive a change in his personality, even though he might improvise his behavioral pattern through various contrasting experiences in life. The sense of I and me as this personality doesn't change. This indirectly implies that the soul inside us is always the same and is still. Where our consciousness is located is measured by how we feel at any moment. When we feel elated, happy, positive, our awareness is closer to the inner self. When we feel stressed, agitated, negative, sad, then our awareness is closer to the ego-engulfed body, wherein we are identifying this personality subjected to a contrasting experiences. We must use this emotional vantage point to constantly redirect ourselves towards our inner truth. The main confusion arises to a human is because as soon as a child grows and perceives this body, it starts to feel that this body is me and mine. But in truth, we might have a responsibility to take care of the body, but this body is not us, neither ours. Just like we are going to leave this earth one day from all our material pleasures and assets, this body asset also to be left here. This doesn't mean we shouldn't take care of the body or dress nicely or be proud of the image we see in the mirror. But constricting the limitless consciousness into possessing just this human body is preventing our inner freedom. Just when we take our awareness within, with the help of mind focus in meditation, the body easily comes into alignment and the sense of no attachment could be felt. If you are a deep meditator, please share your experience in the comment section below. Sri Krishna says that the human body is made up of all the 5 elements of this universe. So this body experiences hot and cold differently, pleasure and pain differently. But we need not take these bodily experiences seriously. Sri Krishna was asking to stop these experiences, the affiliations through sannyas, or ignore to take it personally if you are doing a karma yoga. In a real sense, it's not the happening around us that is giving us the pleasure and pain. It's the affinity with them that causes such experiences. These affinities are created by sanskara, which are accumulated from our many previous lives. For example, when we think of tasting a lemon, immediately our tongue experiences sourness, and the intensity of this affinity also changes from person to person. For example, some person taking spicy food is a normal experience for them, whereas for others it's a terrible experience. As these affinities and memories are clinging to us from our previous births, we are here at this point in the life seeking liberation, and Sri Krishna Paramatma begins with step 1 for liberation being losing the attachment to these affinities. Please note that he is not asking to give up the experiences. For example, we enjoy when we eat sweets or savory foods, which is pleasurable to our palates, but we should not be controlled by these affinities. Instead, we should constantly direct them so that our life could be filled with more positive experiences like helping others, involving in satsangs, or anything that could make us feel good, at the same time educating our mind to be closer to our inner self. These affinities are like clouds covering up our ability to see who we are in real. We should build up our ability so that we are no longer pleased by desirable circumstances nor displeased by undesirable circumstances. We should learn to make use of both of them. Sri Aurobindo says suffering is a real blessing. When a man is put through a tough life, he slowly moves towards the truth behind the curtains, which Sri Aurobindo calls as veils covering up the divine light in the book Savitri. Louise Hay says that the mind is like a garden field. We must clear it out of all negative samskara and thoughts and any mental trauma, and consciously, willingly intend to have positive soulful experiences which will guide us to the truth.
Now, I think this has been around forever, but for some reason in the last 20 years, the universe has wanted this to go out among all the people, or all the people that are ready for it. If you do a good general positive statement for yourself, the universe will figure out how to manifest that. If you think of doing your positive affirmations is like planting a seed in the ground. It's not necessarily true at the moment, but it is something you want to have be true. So you put the seed in, and you plant a seed and you expect it to grow. And the seed will grow if it is in the right soil and it has the right amount of moisture.
We must clear out the weeds and sow the seeds of bhakti and surrender to Sri Krishna Paramatma. Let's rip out one such weed from our mind today and sow a seed of to have a positive satsang blessings in our life. Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare.